I need to use this group picture. Unfortunately, however, I have two of the members of the group not looking to camera. This lady here, Mrs. Roger Moore, looking away from camera, and this lady here. So I found a different frame, which is over here, where they look nice and smiley straight to camera. I'm going to replace the heads in this picture with the heads in this picture, one at a time. Here we go. So, moving over to the good head, I'm going to find my lasso tool in the toolbar, that's here. I'm going to do a very simple and quick selection of Mrs. Roger Moore's head. I'm then going to edit, copy the head, move back over to the original picture, and edit, paste. I now have the new head on a new layer. If I look down here in the layers palette, you can see our background layer and layer 1. Double clicking layer 1, we can rename this layer. We call this new head 1, I'll say. I then go over to the toolbar again and pick up my move tool, and I can drag this new head around on its layer. In order to get this layer positioned as best I can over the original head, I'm going to drop the opacity of the layer down to around about 50–60%. Zoom in a little closer, and because the opacity is dropped, I can see through to the background layer behind. That allows me to find the best position for her new head. Once she's in position, bring the layer opacity back up to 100%. Now all I need to do is hide the unwanted contents of the new layer, which I'm going to do with a layer mask. That's layer, layer mask, reveal all. Reveal all layer mask pops up here in the layers menu, revealing everything initially, allowing me to pick up a brush from the toolbar, which is going to paint in black with a soft edge to the brush, that's 0% hardness. I'm just going to hide away as much as I possibly can from the new layer. The more I can hide the new layer, the more of the original layer I can use, which will be more truthful and more likely to succeed. There we have it. There we have her new layer, her new head sitting on top of her old head, and it works pretty good. I might want to just finish this off by lightening her head a little bit, because the exposure in the second photograph is very slightly darker than that in the original. I can do this in a non-destructive fashion by adding another adjustment layer, or adding an adjustment layer I should say, which is layer menu, new adjustment layer, curves. And if I tick on here, use previous layer to create clipping mask, this will mean that the curve will only affect the immediate layer below it. That's the new head, which is exactly what I want. So I OK this and just lift the midtones of the curve up a tiny little bit. Let's have a look at this now. Flipping the visibility of the new curve adjustment on and off, you can see how that as a clipping mask, you can see that with the little down arrow icon there, and the underlined title of the layer below it means that this is a clipping mask adjustment layer, which means it only affects the immediate layer below it and it doesn't affect the background. And there we have it, Mrs. Roger Moore's new head. You could now repeat the process on the other lady on the right hand side here.